We're creeping through the field today, 5th of December. A sharp eye will notice that we traded out heads. We're running the new one now instead of the old one, or old style. They're both almost as equally as new to us, but age-wise, the other one predates this one, probably by 10 years or more. It's just a planning date thing. I don't know if we're getting it to pull off the stock much cleaner. This row is having a little bit of trouble at times. Depends on how high we run the head under the row. We'll take a look at moisture when I head back to unload. This section is standing pretty good. A lot of it is standing pretty good. Sometimes over by the trees, something about the trees just funnels the wind weird, or maybe protects the corn too much that it's not as strong, and some of it broke off 8 to 10 inches off the ground roughly. Only for like 2 or 3 passes. Wasn't too bad, and it wasn't all of it, but just enough to be nuisance some. So far, precipitation hasn't been horrendous, but it's starting to get there. We're getting to that point. We're looking at a almost week of rain. And I gotta slap our electronics into submission. Almost a week of rain coming up. It's definitely not going to be sunny. Hopefully it's not a total drown out. Let's see, might as well take a look at the yield monitor. Well, thanks to the low sunlight right now because of all the clouds, I'm sure it doesn't look like much more than a dark window. But when we get to the end, I think peeking over the corn there, we can see the tractor and wagons. We can dump, and I'll take 2 wagons back. Start putting this in the bin. I'm having a learning moment with the reverser. You see that stuff bunched up there. Maybe some stalks that didn't pull through. Caused a little bit of a jam up. I don't know if I already had my fun and you kind of missed out being able to get some of it worked out, working it back and forth. What's left we can probably pull out by hand, but the reverser is delightful. It even goes forward, so if you get like a big wad, you can work it into the rotors slowly. So far it's not a big wad as much as I just get a little piled up on that row. The grain tank's definitely made for damp corn to flow out. I mean, wet or dry corn flows better, but those hopper wagons, when we get home, I'm gonna have to do some work pushing it out. Yeah, this is the field that, you know, I scratched out a no-till, and it was mid-June when it got planted. Probably some of the last corn still standing around, and I decided we're not gonna wait for a freeze. We're just gonna get it where the ground's still pretty solid comparatively. Like, it's doing pretty good. The top might be a little slimy, but you don't sink in. And get it while the getting's good, and hopefully not have too big of a dryer bill, but we'll be running the fan a bunch. I've got dry corn underneath this in the bin, so that raises this up, so it'll get pulled out first instead of the dry corn being pulled off the top. The wet corn will get used first. Well, before I leave, we'll catch Dad making a pass here for a hot minute, because we don't get much outside the combine action. This will mostly be about watching this head work. It gets closer to John Deere style snapping rolls on it. The older style heads had plates that bolted on the rollers. These have a whole like sleeve that's cast, and they mesh. how brave I am to put it on a snout. I mean, a lot of it's still standing, and like I said, we worked through the couple down spots. And I gotta study up on like why and how the trees might cause problems. Yeah, the tops are starting to come out of it, which is good, less stuff to catch wind. But I also think the truncated growing season didn't let the stalks mature. You see a lot of redness in them, which usually means moisture. Yeah, so it's holding us up. We're doing pretty good. I mean, the top's got a little squish, and maybe it'll stick. There's a couple of spots where you find where, like, I ran a ditch trying to drain out a wet spot. Might be a little water there. Previous video where I like jungle Jim and monkey all over it. I think we're at a range that we won't get whacked by cops, maybe. Well, it's not a load unless it's overloaded. I guess I got my money's worth on that front wagon. I've done this once or twice. That's what it gets for trying to eat my corn. Let's see if I can get this out of here. So before that rat had so rudely decided to come out of the wagon, actually I think I might have seen him come out of the bubble up auger in the grain tank when I first started the combine up, and kind of forgot, and well, there he was, and we removed him so we don't have rat contaminated corn. But we're going to see how bad of life choices we're making today by harvesting. Guess that's full enough. It says corn. Press the button. Everybody place your bets. Try not to get too much glare. Oh, that's not good. That's an error signal saying it's damp. We'll get a handful of this, take a look at it. It's corn, it's yellow, and you can tell it black layered. But it's, I'm gonna be running the fan a lot. It happens. It's actually flowing a lot better than I thought. I've had less than dry corn run through the auger before and really test the TC out, but maybe I'm running it a little empty. I could try to run it fuller, but we'll, I don't know. We gotta get back to the field quick. Dad's got a wagon, we're running a 3 today. Leave one there, bring 2 back, and hopefully he's got a full combine and we're there with an empty wagon. To then dump and make the loop again. Well, we're getting to that really fun part where we test just how good the graphite paint is. You can see that kind of there on the bottom of the box, which with lower moisture corn, much lower than what this is, it works really well and flows good. But you know, when you're making questionable life choices, planting corn because you already bought the materials, well, planting it a little less than early thanks to rain, and then trying to harvest it for the weather totally turns on you. Well, yeah, it's might not be super dry. It's amazing how much quieter the auger gets with corn in it.